But the resurrection of Jesus Christ was witnessed by not only his disciples, but by 500 men. History records this, that 500 brethren saw Jesus after he rose from the dead for a span of 40 days. Now, back then, 2,000 years ago, whenever people referenced the number of men, they only counted men. They didn't count women and children. When you factor in the women and children that saw Jesus alive after his resurrection, you're talking about easily 1,500 to 2,000 people. So 1,500 to 2,000 people saw Jesus alive over a span of 40 days after he was killed on the cross. This is historically recorded and documented from eyewitnesses, written down and preached within the same generation and lifetime of other eyewitnesses who could have refuted those claims if they weren't true. Do you know there has never been found anywhere any writing in epigraphy and archaeology that would disprove or discredit the claims of the eyewitnesses that say Jesus was alive after his resurrection? And keep in mind, you had a lot of people with motive to expose Christianity as a fraud, to try to prove that Jesus was not really the Messiah. You had the Romans, you had the Pharisees, you had a lot of people that hated Jesus. They would love to have exposed Christianity as a fraud and the teachings of the disciples as fraudulent. So if the disciples are running around preaching that Jesus rose from the dead, if this is being recorded by eyewitnesses, if there are 1,500 to 2,000 people who have clearly seen this, if this is being preached openly, why is it that the enemies of Christianity, the Romans and the Pharisees, why is it that none of them ever took any time to write down, this is false, these people are spreading lies? It was common knowledge, it was commonly understood at the day that Jesus was in fact alive after his resurrection. That's why history from the time only records one side of the resurrection, that he is alive and everybody knows it. And the other side is completely silent in archaeology. So I have no reason historically to deny that he actually rose from the dead.